Hello and welcome back to the show with another pickup swap, but this time it is a Fender Telecaster FMT with two humbuckers. My buddy wants some Seymour Duncan JB put into it, so hey, let's try that out. You know what? This isn't bad. This guy is a mahogany with a carved flave maple top, and I feel like it has a more modern neck profile. It doesn't feel as baseball batty as some more vintage style guitars. Now, because it is mahogany, it's got obviously a darker tone than your typical Telecaster, and well, Buddy's not 100% happy with it. Now, stock, it comes with a 59 in the neck and a Pearly gates in the bridge. Now, the 59, you can't go wrong with that for a neck pickup, especially if, like him, you don't do a lot on the neck. Well, not solo-y stuff. But, you know, for his chugging and thrashing and whatever the heck else he wants to do, you know, you're going to be very dependent on your bridge sound, obviously. Now, he's convinced that he does not like the Pearly gates, and I told him I had a JB set. I'd let him try it, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to put a JB in there. Now, even though the neck pickup is identical, we're going to match the set, so we're going to be changing them out both. Fortunately, I do believe this color profile I have will not conflict too much with his wood. Now, I have it on good authority, that authority being me, that a JB sounds pretty good in a dark sounding guitar. I'm almost reluctant to get rid of it because, well, I might want this for my XL, but who knows? Maybe I'll like the Pearly gates. We might trade if we consequently prefer each other's pickups better. Oh, that's a push-pull. Oh, that explains why it felt loose. Okay, wiring this isn't going to be as straightforward as I thought it would be. I did not know he had a push-pull in there. Apparently this is March 2010. Cover's on a bit tight. That's it. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit of a conflict. I'm not going to be able to swap out his neck pickup because he has a coil tap on it. He has the 4-conductor. He has the ultra special custom 59. They don't really make them like that. Stock, they come with just, you know, the single conductor cable. No coil tapping. So I guess he's got to keep his neck pickup. That saves me a bit of work. You know, these guys, you can usually disconnect them with just a pin. Nice little bundle here. All right, any guess which one's the bridge? Well, we can kind of extrapolate from that data by looking at the selection here. Looks like they have some phasing interests going on here. Now, typically, the top one here, you know, switches, they have their pivot point. So whatever it's switched to, it's going to be touching the contact and the opposing, which means it's going to be this here. Or no, this should be shorter. Could be the other way around. That's usually how switches are, but not always. I'm doing an impedance test. Yeah, okay. Bottom's bridge, so it doesn't work like the other switches I'm used to. The polarity is different. The neck pickup seems to be taken from the green. A big ground mess here, which I feel like pulling this off. Okay, no, that came off cleanly. And then what do we got here? We got black and green coil tappings on this positions over here. Okay. Oh, wait. All the grounds for the pickups are bound together right here. Oh, come on, bud. Why you gotta play like that? White is grounded. Black and green are connected. Let's remember that. White is grounded. Black and green are connected. Now, how effectively can we get the pickup out without losing tune? That's a challenge that I always love. I think you know it. I'll remove the quarter screws. Back down the pickup screws. If we pull these screws out, remove the bezel, get the springs, Then if we are careful and have technique, we can get the pickup out without scratching the finish. Oh, look at that nice black back. That's different when they start doing that. I've heard of black back pickups. It was a special run. There's this guitar maker in Las Vegas. I forget his name, but he was one of the exclusive dealers of Seymour Duncan blackbacks. I think they used end-dime magnets in them. Okay, well. Oh yeah, let's do that. That's a party. Let's just get these wires in there. Gonna have to completely rewire this pickup. Yeah, normally black is positive on a Seymour Duncan and green's negative. But I guess they do that so that when they tap them, they have some phasing tricks that kick in and work together. B500K. Linear pots, eh? Oh, we gotta pull. Hey, where'd that wire go? Come on now. All right, it's a two-part process. Gotta get under the guitar so you can pull in the wire. Gotta make sure we hold, because you got pull pieces sticking out the bottom, right? You don't want to let them touch the finish. But I think we got it here. And boom, it's in. How's my tune? Pretty good. Now he's not paying for this job, so I'm not gonna clean up his guitar all nice. I don't even want to restring it. He gave me strings, but the strings are the same gauge, so whatever, I'll let him worry about that. Real challenge here now, getting these springs back into place. Kind of fish them through that hole, get the screw through it. Screws often have enough length you can start them without tension on the spring. It takes a little bit of nimble fingers to do this trick, but it can be done. Get the quarter screws back in, as I like to call them. Yeah, that pickup actually looks pretty decent here. It's too bad we can't get the full set in. You know, we can discuss it with him. If he prefers aesthetics over functionality and is not interested in the coil tappability, we can put it in later. So now for wiring, we're gonna have to cut back these wires and freshen up because it's hard to disconnect wires you've already soldered on. And what they got going on here gives us an idea how much slack we're gonna need. Red is not always positive, and in Seymour Duncan's typically black is positive. Wonder if that could have something to do with the tone conflicts he experiences. Fortunately, from Seymour Duncan to Seymour Duncan, what the wires do should be the same. So if we copy exactly what was in there before, it should work just fine. Connecting the black and green together, and those will be our coil tap. Connecting white and shield, and that will be our ground. And finally, red is our positive. Going to the switch. Alright, this bundle went roughly like this. All these ground lines, they spliced them together like that. Well, for the ability to change pickups better in the future, we really should start isolating these. We can't use the back of this because if we look at the imprint, it touches. I should touch up the grounds that are here. Stop shaking so much. I'm gonna establish some ground points on the back of this switch here, which isn't the best idea in the world, but also not the worst. You just gotta be careful because the switch does have plastic in it, but at least the solder's sticking it to it really well, so we don't have to worry about heating it up too much. Space-wise, they're isolated enough that you can do one ground point without loosening up the other one, so it's a small victory. The real trick is getting in at this lug down here without other wires getting in the way. Just suck on it. It's not sucked enough. There we go. Got to get the coil tap line, the black and green, through that lug. I'm going to wrap that wire around nice. Remember, for most tone, wrap the wire around the contact point as if to make a good connection without solder at all. Whew, fishing this iron through there. Ugh. Okay, that's on. I gotta bundle it up because pretty much I think we're done screwing around here with the stuff that we need it to be loose for. Look at that, same zip tie, back in place. And on the switch, clear the hole. Get the wire fastened down. Well, again, wrapping her nice. That should be it. Let's test it. Oh, is our height good? Double check our height here. Yeah, that height should be just fine. The JB is way more harmonic. Maybe I'll miss it. We'll see, we'll see. I don't have to trade him. I could be like, bud, you're just gonna have to buy your own JB. But we'll see how I like these Pearly gates. Maybe I'll buy the Pearly gate off and make it easier for him to get a JB. Maybe I'll find a used JB, trade him for the Pearly gates. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna try those Pearly gates and actually my Ibanez XL baritone, because that's the one that needs the most help tone-wise. Mostly happy with the sound of my other guitars. But this guy is ready for him. Man, this is light. Are we sure this is made out of mahogany? Now, just in case you're wondering, I'm plugging into an old Crate Blue Voodoo 60 combo. I've worked it here on the channel. Not the best sounding amp, but it's good enough for me to taste test stuff here. I won't know how much I would like this until I plugged it into my other rigs. He won't know until he plugs it into his rigs. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, stay tuned. Gonna do some other pickup swapping. I do amp mods, pedals sometimes, stuff like that for guitars. The stuff that has to do with wires. Wires and watts is what I work on when it comes to guitars. That's what I'm working on guitars. I don't always work on guitars, but when I do, it's wires and watts. Crafted in Indonesia.